It's Ant94 and today we're back with another video, but today you can see we're in the Koenigsegg Regera. Now we're in this because this is the video for the Lunar Roads bundle. So in this bundle you got the Koenigsegg Regera, very nice, or you have this one for the bundle as well, which is the KTM GT2 car, KTM Expo GT2. So we're going to get into it, we're going to drive it, do a little bit of customization, and let's get into today's video. So the reason you want these bundle cars is because they're part of the Summit contest, and if you participate in the Summit this week, you unlock the Noble M600 Lunar Year Edition. Now it's a beautiful looking car, I did do a video on that. If you want to check it out on the channel, just take a look and you'll see it. But you want to see is, so we have two races here, so we're going to do this one and this one here, because Koenigsegg Regera. So first off, we're going to get into the Koenigsegg Regera and we're going to take a look at the custom parts we have. So we can customize it right here and get straight into the race, makes it nice and easy for us. So colours wise, in the picture they showed this one, and for a fun thing, if you didn't look at the newswire, they literally said on their news page, they said this is a Koenigsegg Regera R. Now if we take a look, it's not called the Koenigsegg Regera R, it's literally just called the Koenigsegg Regera. There's no R, there is not a Koenigsegg Regera R on this game, but what we're going to do is we're going to choose a colour. So they had it in the yellow, so I'm going to go with the yellow, like so. And then visual parts, we can choose from a range of different parts. You've got certain different HUD options, go with whatever you fancy. I think we're going to go with this one here, because it's a bit different. And then the front, I obviously done this one before, but what do I want to go with? We could go with something a bit out there. I do like the little red touch on it, but I kind of want the canard sticking out as well. So I think we're going to go with that, with the carbon inserts on the lights. Rims, you can change the rims if you want to, but who really wants to get rid of that carbon? Not me. So caliper colours, you can obviously do whatever caliper colours you want. I think we could go with a matching yellow, maybe. Even though that yellow's kind of hard to match, isn't it? Interesting. So because we can't match it, let's just go for white, because it's just clean, isn't it? We'll go for the carbon wing mirrors, why not? And we'll leave that carbon. We could add a wing on it, but then you kind of lose the functionality of that spoiler. And what does that change? It kind of makes it like a kind of polished, but I don't know. Interesting. It looks like the texture changes on that one, but I don't think it does. But I do like them little winglets on the side, is what I'm going to call them. And for the rear, last time I had this with the red touch, but we're going to see what we can do. I kind of do like them lights there, so we might go with that. Yeah, I'm going to go with that because that looks kind of cool. Interior wise, we could change it, but do we need to? We could let's do some yellow stitching and material colour standard and just leave it like that. Lovely. So that is a beautiful looking car. And vanity options, we can put on some of the yellow tyres if I can find them, not them ones. There's a specific stretch tyre I want to go with. I don't know how far down it is. Hopefully it's not too far down. Here's the ones I want to go with, because these will give us a little bit of speed bonus, because see, these ones stick out a lot, these ones go in a little bit more less, but yeah, the more they stick out the better. We could go with the yellow smoke, and we could go with the yellow nitrous, which is just here. And underglow, we could do an underglow if we have a yellow one, but unfortunately it seems like we only have an orange one. From the looks of it, we don't really have anything yellow, so let's just skip on that for now. We do have yellow windows, but do we want to go for that? We could just go for the vintage tint, but I prefer the black window tint, so we're going to go with that. We could stick on a rumble and tumble just because it just gives it a bit more pops and bangs. You can do roof vanity options if you really want to. I don't really want to, so I'm not going to. And this car, for some reason, doesn't have an interior where you can put the little hood ornaments on. But you do have a top 100 stuff if you wanted to choose someone's decal. I don't think there's any cool ones in here really, because Koenigsegg Regera, it's kind of a, I wouldn't say it's a hard car to design, it's just people don't really want to do anything cool with it, I guess. don't know. But that does it for customization wise. We just make sure our parts are up to par. We could just bump this up to blue just so it all matches. That'll do. We're not going for any top tier times at the moment. If I was, I would put on one of my nitro chemistry parts. But let's get into it. And you'd want to do, if you want to get better performance, we're just going to do it now here quickly. Why not? Just go, this is what I seem to do when I feel like I want the car to handle a bit better. I just bump it up like this. I just do them two. That's what I do. But you know, each to their own. So let's select this car and get into the race to begin it. And we're doing some content, so I am a difficulty of 1 because the AI seem to get in my way. But this is the thing with these bundles, they tend to be summit bundles, so you know you need them for the summit. So that's why we're here. This race is... That was a bit slow through that section. Want to be on the brakes. This is why I have the braking on, because if you don't know the tracks, then it's going to take you longer to get used to them. This car does sound decent. And I know I've got a kit on it, but all the rumble and tumble kit does is just gives you more pops and bangs. That's it. It doesn't really change the engine sound. We're going to slam into that wall just because we misjudged that turn. That's what I mean by getting used to track. You've got to get used to the turns. If you want to do well in your summits, get used to the turns. But obviously if you're watching this video, you're not watching it for the summit tips really. You're watching it because just to see what the bundle cars are. Because obviously you need to know what they are. It's usually for the challenges, and that's why I get these videos out to, so you just understand what the cars are. Because sometimes there's 3 vehicles, sometimes there's 2. A lot of the times there's 2. It's rarely ever 1. I don't think we've ever seen it as 1. This car is pretty quick. It's just understeers a lot, and I don't know this track very well, so it's just at one end. It's a little bit difficult. Put it in yellow because that's what the bundle car was, and it's a bit different, so they just put it in the blue that everybody does. I usually have my Regera in black, but obviously they don't look good on thumbnails, so I'm not going to put up a black one. You can see on my driving is not very good today. I'm hitting the walls, but I don't know this track too well. But it's clearly a short track, fairly easy to learn. So this is literally, there's no shortcuts here. This is all about you putting down a good time, you know, managing your boost and just getting your speed up. You've got to figure out where you want to do everything, and you're best off watching tutorials on other people's channels. That's what I recommend, finding the pure summit guide. But there we go, that's for the first race done. And I don't know if we'll get a good time. We want to have a time averaging around 100 to 110. That's usually a good time. So what this point, we got 80 points. So as you can see, that's going to set us back a fair bit. So you can see we're in top 9,000, but only 15,000 have played. So we'll want to bump that up towards the end of this week. But for the next summit one, we're going to do is the KTM Expo, because that's the next car. So we are going to go into customization and see what this has available. So you can't do colours, unfortunately. You can do livery options. If you're not a fan of that livery, you can remove it. And obviously people have done some liveries, so some of them will be pretty cool. So you've got like this red one here. You know, there's some decent ones. I've seen a lot of people run stuff like this because it's just clean. But it's up to you what you do. That's a cool one actually. But we are going to keep the stock one on because I do like the way that looks. But obviously visual parts, you can change the rims to whatever you want to do. I'm just going to keep them as they are stock because I don't mind them wheels. But what we are going to do is we are going to stick this in orange there, like so. And then obviously you can do your vanity items, and it's like you choose whichever ones you want to go with. I'm going to choose some orange ones, which I want to put these tyres on because I think it matches with the KTM. So we're going to do the orange smoke, and we're going to go with the orange nitrous as well, if I can find it. We could go with just dark yellow. I thought I had an orange, but apparently I don't. So let's go with the retro lava nitro because that looks pretty good. And we do have a underglow for this one, even though underglows don't look good on these sort of cars, but I'm going to go with it today just because. And window tints, Do we want to go for window tint? I could, but maybe we'll just go with... We could go with this one. It's a bit different, so let's go with it. And then we could do rumble and tumble again, because I just like the way that sounds. And for this one, you can have interior options. So let's go with the lion, which we actually got the claw-based lion for this season. So make sure you got that. That was for exploring the map. And I guess that's done for the visual customization. But we do want to make sure we got our performance on, so we can bump these up to blue again here. Really what you want to be going with is nitro chemist stuff, but considering this is for the video, I'm not going to mess around with all my parts because it's going to waste you guys time. So there we go. And for pro settings again, I don't have any pro settings, but when I am doing my summits, I do go and look at other people's pro settings. But when I just do my first run, I always just do this because it makes it easier for me. So now let's get into it. And this is the final race we're going to be doing for this video, because there is only 2 cars in this Lunar Roads bundle. So and if you're enjoying the video so far, leave us a like please, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, so we can slowly bump our way up and reach 900 subscribers. We want to reach 1,000 at some point, but right now our goal is 900. So let's help me get to that goal, and we will still produce more content like this every week for you guys. If there is a week where I'll be missing, or a few months where I'll be missing, I will let people know, because that's how life works like that sometimes. But right now I don't have any plans to be missing them, so we should be able to get all these content out for you guys in the following weeks and months. But yeah, it's a good one. These 2 cars for this week, pretty cool. This car handles quite well, but obviously if you're struggling with it, find a tune, and if you're not happy with your time, you might as well find a tune anyway, because I've found sometimes I've done my own and then I'll find someone else's tune and I'll shave off another like 3-4 seconds, so it's worthwhile finding a tune sometimes just to give it a go. Obviously if you do worse than the tune, just write down what your tune was beforehand and then put it back to what you wanted. You could always test out multiple people's tunes and give it a go, especially if you're struggling and you need a better time, then go with that. This track, obviously there's a few shortcuts you can do. You can dive across the track in certain sections, which if you watch YouTube tutorials and stuff on the summit guides, they will show you where you can dive. Like here, you can clearly take that a lot tighter than what I did. But I'm not a tutorial person for summit guides because I am not the top tier player, so a lot of you will be above my skill level, so it wouldn't be worthwhile me doing it. As you come around here, you can see the sun is all the way in your eyes, so you want to pay attention to that. You want to just focus on where you want to go. This section here, you can shortcut that easily. You just have to stay really, really close to the wall. I might do it on next lap if I can remember it. But you want to just focus on all your lines really when it comes to summit events. So this is where you can see where I'm playing a little bit sweatier than I usually do, but it's not much different. It's just more taking the cuts in the corners. Sometimes it's faster not to cut a corner, but in a lot of circumstances it seems like it's faster to just cut the corner. So this section, see how you can come all the way across there? You kind of don't want to hit that post though, because you want to hit a better line. And in this corner you've got to pay attention, because if you can get on the brakes early, you can get really up close to that wall and bring it round. Probably cut here, but I reckon it's faster just to stay on the road. And in this section here, you want to get as close to that wall as you can there, because that's going to give you a faster route out. But yeah, a simple track. You want to hit a decent time. I don't know what time you want to hit, but we'll see what points we got, and then we'll just wrap it up for this video here today. Because this has been the Lunar Roads bundle, 2 cars, and there you go, 97. That puts us in a position of 6,000, so I'm going to have to improve on that one. But remember, I don't have a prone tune on it yet, and I don't have my nitro chemist parts on it, so that'll come into play when I actually go back and do it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video today. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.